It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll get a look at this team's burner at wide receiver. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. The action is only moments away, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And they'll begin by running the option. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. But you look at this defense, and right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 54 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball under 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 52 yards.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game plan gives him an opportunity to hit it and put together one of his best performances of the season.
And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now back to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2nd down and 6 now.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught. Cameron, left side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
They're going to look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Slot man moves right. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll look to throw again.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Now he's free to midfield. He's to the 15.
Touchdown! A big play there. 82 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. I mean, he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
They'll line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Looking to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Result is a first down.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw, as here late in the season he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 18.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but The turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Those are those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or two shy. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And on now is the punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Gets past one man, and now running right through him. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now.
Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And caught by Cameron right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
They'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
3rd and 3.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 2. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
3rd down and 1.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for our visitors,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.